Hello children, today I am going to explain you the next part of the lesson Mowgli in Trouble. While the bundle screeched and made mischief, Bagheera and Kaa reached the cold layers. They observed the chaos from afar. As you know that Mowgli had been kidnapped by the Bandalog or monkeys and kept in cold layers. And they were doing all the mischief. They were pulling the tails and jumping and rolling on the floor and all these things. When Bagheera and Kaa reached there, they also saw all these things. Bandars were screeching or making a loud sound, a very shrill sound. They observed the chaos from afar, and the observe means watch, and chaos means a state of confusion. Afar means from a distance. They were watching. The Bandalog did not see them. I will go to the west wall, Kaa whispered. Then Kaa said in a low voice that I will go to the west wall and attack them from there. I shall go to the terrace where they have kept the boy, said Bagheera. And Bagheera said, I will go to the terrace. Terrace is a place uplifted from the flat place, uplifted from the ground. And the Bandalog had kept Mowgli on the terrace, and by then it was dark. Bagheera's light feet hit the terrace. That means he reached the terrace. None of the monkeys saw him at first. Swiftly he struck several monkeys in his path. At first, the monkeys were so busy in their mischief they did not notice Bagheera, but swiftly he struck, but very quickly he caught many monkeys in his way. The monkeys began to fight back. He is alone, and monkeys did not know the power of Bagheera. They were frightened of Kaa, and they screamed. Scream means shouted loudly, very loudly, and asked everyone, kill him, he's alone." A scuffling mass of monkeys biting, scratching, tearing, and pulling. Scuffling means fighting, not in a violent manner, but in the way the monkeys do, and tearing and pulling. Scratching means making rubbing with the nails to injure someone, and pulling close over Bagheera. A few of them dragged Mowgli away and trapped him in another room. They could understand that Bagheera had come to rescue Mowgli. That is why they replaced him in another room. Bagheera and Mowgli were both surrounded by monkeys. They needed help. Suddenly a growl pierced the air. Bagheera, I am here. It was Balu. Balu was also there. Balu was very slow moving, but he came at that time. He had reached. He ran towards the monkeys that had surrounded Bagheera. And monkeys were all around Mowgli so that nobody can snatch him away from them. He attacked them fiercely, but Bagheera attacked them. Meanwhile, Kaa made his way to the monkeys from the other side. At that time, Kaa had also come there. A python 4 or 5 feet long can knock a man down if he hits him fairly in the chest, and Kaa was 30 feet long. That means he was monstrous snake, and monkeys were already very much frightened of him, terrified of him. So his first strike was delivered into the crowd around Balu, and he charged on them. That means attacked them. There was no need of a second strike. The monkeys scattered with cries of "Kaa, it is Kaa, run, run," and they all ran away. Kaa was everything that the monkeys feared in the jungle. None of them knew the limits of his power. None of them could look him in the face, and none had come alive out of his hug. And so they ran away terrified. So Kaa was Kaa was everything that the monkeys feared in the jungle. Monkeys did not fear anything in the jungle, only Kaa. And he had enormous power. He was 30 feet long. And so they all ran away and did not um, uh, did not come in his way. Balu and Bagheera were relieved. They were they were very much in a pleasure that Mowgli had been relieved from the monkeys. They immediately fierced Mowgli from the freed Mowgli from the room where he was trapped. That means he was caught up. Trapped means caught up. Mowgli thanked them both and asked, "Are you hurt?" But that means, "Are you injured?" "It is nothing," the brave creatures replied. So the brave creatures, that means animals, they were all brave. They said, "Oh, it's nothing." There were wounds on their arms and legs, but these would heal quickly. Heal means they get well. Mowgli then turned to Kaa and said, "We are of one blood. I owe you my life tonight. My kill shall be yours if you are ever hungry. Oh Kaa, I have some skill with my hands. If you are caught in a trap, I shall come to your aid." And Mowgli was very much thankful to Kaa, and he said that my kill or my prey, that means here it is given the meaning of kill, an animal killed at hunting, killed in hunting. So Mowgli said that we are brother now, we are one blood, and if I get any prey while in my hunting, then I will give it to you. It is all yours if you are hungry, and I'll be thankful to you forever. The pythons dropped his head lightly on Mowgli's shoulder, and the python dropped his head. That means he fondled him. Huh? Uh, that means, yes, we are brother. He said, yes. You are brave and respectful, but now go quickly with your friends. Go and sleep, for the moon sets and it is late. He said that you go and sleep with your uh, family persons now, and it is very late at night. Now said Bagheera, "Jump on my back, Mowgli, and we will go home." Mowgli, that means he tried to take Mowgli on his shoulder. Mowgli lay his head down on Bagheera's back. Together they all made their way back towards their home. As Bagheera carried him, Mowgli slept so deeply that he didn't wake up even when they all reached the home cave. And in that way, Mowgli went back to their cave, sleeping all the while in the way. So, this is the next part of the chapter, and I will discuss the question answers and all the exercises in the next part. Thank you, children.